So again, welcome to everyone here this evening. Whether you're returning home from school or back in town visiting family, a former parishioner feeling nostalgic, maybe an orphaned Catholic who lost your home parish, or if you were just walking down Sunnyside and heard some beautiful music and saw the lights on and thought to come in, a warm welcome to you all and Merry Christmas. If there was any upside to the frigid cold temperatures we experienced these last 2 days, it was canceling plans to stay inside and have a few more hours of some free time to get some things done. I myself had to cancel some plans due to the weather and found some free time to re-watch some of my favorite Christmas movies. My top 3 favorite Christmas movies are, and in order, A Christmas Story, which I will watch tonight with a glass of scotch after Mass, Elf, and A White Christmas. I am a theater kid at heart, and so I love good stories and great storytelling. And my friends, there is no greater story than the story of Jesus. And the Gospel of Luke that we just heard tonight begins this story beautifully. 2 of my other great favorite movies, they're not in the top 3, but they're up there, that I watched yesterday were Home Alone's 1 and 2. Now, these movies are able to give us a little glimpse, and it might have been a couple glasses of Bailey's I had before I got to them, but at least as I watched them, I thought these do give a bit of a glimpse into why God sent his Son to become human like us. So bear with me. Kevin McAllister represents humanity, waiting for the Messiah, or in Kevin's world, his family to come home. Marv and Harry represent the evil one, trying to destroy us or even kill us. Now, Kevin has a good heart. He knows and trusts deep down his family will return someday. But he takes matters into his own hands, trying to resist sin and stop the devil. Kevin knows that he can only do so much on his own, which is why he eventually calls the police for help and has various backup plans. Now, the parents in these movies are not part of the metaphor for God, so don't leave them out. They're bad parents. So no metaphor is perfect, but follow me here. All right. And so without the parents, we got Kevin, Marv, and Harry. So I see, as I was watching this, that it reminded me of the Israelites waiting for the Messiah. But it also made me think of us who know that Jesus is the Messiah. We know that Jesus has come. Our parents are home, but we ignore our Lord. Or worse, we may feel indifferent toward him. Think of the times in your life that could be comparable to the McAllister house as Harry and Marv are trying to capture Kevin. Without God, life is chaos. Sure, we get some wins, like burning Harry's scalp or putting a nail through Marv's foot. We may even be able to tolerate the chaos through laughter, like when Harry gets covered in feathers. We can even escape some sticky situations, like when Kevin is able to free himself with the help of Buzz's tarantula. But at the end of the day, life is chaos. It's stressful, it's anxious, and truly awful without the peace that comes from the Lord. I mean, look at our nativity scene and even reread the gospel during these couple weeks of the Christmas season. There is no sign of chaos or stress, except for the shepherds being afraid when the angels appeared to them. But our Holy Family, they're homeless, but never afraid. They know that God will provide, and he does provide. The Holy Family even resembles, like today, what you would see on the Maury Show, with Mary giving birth to a child that doesn't belong to her husband. Yet, that doesn't seem to really bother anyone. Mary and Joseph know that their son is the Son of God, but are they sweating over or being anxious that God's Son is sleeping in an animal trough instead of a bed? There's no signs of any anxiety, chaos, or stress in the scriptures or in any depiction of the nativity scene. When we open our hearts and let God in and trust in his power and mercy, life is no longer chaotic and stressful. God only brings peace and love. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. God does not take away suffering. Look at the climax of our great story. Suffering is part of following Jesus. But even at the climax, there is order and peace. Jesus is not yelling at and swearing at the soldiers. Rather, he blesses them and forgives them. Jesus isn't yelling at the apostles for ditching him. He instead tells John to take Mary into his home and tells Mary that she is the mother of us all. Suffering is part of life, but there's a huge difference when we suffer with Christ on the cross versus suffering on our own. And I see it all the time when I visit people in hospitals and in nursing homes. I see it when I meet with families who are struggling with various difficulties in life. Without God, there is chaos. But with God, there is peace. Tonight we celebrate that the Prince of Peace, Wonder Counselor, God Hero, and Father forever, has left heaven and came to earth to be with us, to walk with us, to help us. Let him in, follow him, and be at peace.